What's up, man?
I got my tinfoil hat ready today. I think like tinfoil hats are becoming more and more common in today's society.
Yeah, or the metaphor thereof.
Yeah, I mean, or at least like there's a lot of people that probably wear tinfoil hats here going lately.
I work with a couple, unfortunately.
Do you work with a couple of them? Because I can't say this. Oh,
Now,
I
mind you,
want to though.
okay. I'll say
I
again.
want
Most of
to.
the time, you know, I don't agree with what the common people agree with. I decide to just live my life, believe in what I want to believe, and do what I want to do. But what's funny was I was sitting at work on Saturday, and I was sitting in my office doing work, and sometimes I literally put my headphones in, and people think I have my music on, but I don't play any music just so I can hear what's going on. And I had now we know this one lady, she she's out there. She comes up with the weirdest shit I've
Like,
ever seen in my. Oh yeah,
like,
I mean out there. I mean when she and
like cookies for Cocoa Puffs.
I was my jaw hit the floor when I heard this, that it's out there that the Maui fires, the devastation Maui fires was started by Oprah Winfrey and Bill Gates, so that way they could lower the property value.
How did that lower the property value?
I don't know.
Because the buildings that were there weren't moderate buildings.
It's again, it's still these way out there things that I just you can start poking holes in this shit really quickly, to be honest, if you really thought about it. But anyways, so going back, I was sitting there and I was sitting in my office, and there's three people in the other room, and she was one of them, and the other two are kind of that way, but kind of feed into it. Man, they were coming up. I swear to God, I felt my IQ dropping just listening to this shit.
Did you feel the brain cells dying?
I felt my brain cells. It's worse than marijuana. Your brain cells are literally dying just hearing
You
it.
could just feel yourself getting dumber.
Oh my God. I was like, holy crap. These people actually stop for 2 seconds and actually listen to this crap coming out of their mouths.
Man, so I can't say it. I want to. I'm not gonna say it though. But I know a gentleman that is like so far out there somewhere, man. And I listen to him and I think just what you said. At sometimes I'm like, do you hear yourself? Like, do you know what you're saying? Can you hear yourself talking? Do you understand what you just said?
Well, and the problem, like you said, it's not just a person problem. It's a societal
Yes,
problem
for sure.
because when we have, it wasn't this problem 10 or 20 years ago, but with the help of things like social media, with Facebook and all these different applications we have on here, it these applications focus on what you like to read, and they just constantly feed you this nonsense of crap where people can't distinguish the difference between the real truth and reality.
Yeah, so it's funny that you said that because you know that that was like one of the biggest problems that people had with TikTok, right? The I when they were talking about banning TikTok, and I still don't think that's out of the realm, by the way. Um, they weren't necessarily talking about banning TikTok because the tinfoil hat people said that the government can't control it. It was the algorithm with TikTok will keep feeding you things, right? So it was feeding children that must have had an interest in suicide. It was feeding them videos on how to commit suicide. They at some point they must have had an interest in it and looked it up or something. The algorithm just doesn't target you to be targeting you. But that was the problem, and it got overshadowed because so many people like went tinfoil hat with it. All of a sudden, the real problem got overshadowed with the tinfoil hat, and that. So it's funny that you say the algorithms. They kind of just keep feeding, and that was the biggest concern with TikTok is the way the algorithm keeps feeding you things, and how it doesn't have like a a proper age like thing going on there. But that also to me goes to parenting. So
Very
that that
and but see, I also think too is again, I think it goes back to you saying, do you actually listen? Because I had this one guy, I don't remember what the actual, this was like maybe a year or two ago. And I had a guy outside the store was saying something about there's something that the government is trying to put chips in you, and I can't remember what it was, but I look and he's literally holding a cell phone, and I'm like, and I said something. I was like, why would I have worry about the government putting microchips
You
in me
got that phone in your hand.
when you're holding a cell phone?
Yeah,
You've already given them everything
that's
they need.
that's also my good one, man. But hey, when we went live, we had 3 people here. We had 3 thumbs up. Guys, I truly appreciate y'all like hitting that thumbs up right away, so much more than y'all know. And we appreciate everybody that comes in here and hangs out with us. So let's get our tinfoil hats on and let's hit this chat up real quick. Let's see who's
I
doing this.
saw one. I gotta ask what the hell it was. Maybe I was in the middle of my rant, so I didn't see it. But first in the house, we had our good friend Chase from Chase's Kingdom. Sorry, I haven't been on the chat in a couple weeks. I've actually have been working the past couple of Saturdays, so I do apologize. And unfortunately, during the time your chat went on, it was a D23. So I did watch it at work. I got paid to watch this, but it was a D23. Presentation of all the parks and stuff, all the new improvements they're doing, stuff like that. So unfortunately that kind of took precedence. So my bad. We've also got Zach Bonifer in the house. What's going on?
Zach's
We've
in the house. What's up,
got
bro?
our good friend Miss Christina Payne, who I
Miss
actually got
Christina
an
Payne.
opportunity to meet in person, only for a short period of time, unfortunately, but out at Hollywood Studios in here in Disney World. So fantastic, great family. So glad we were able to meet up. We've also got Mr. Kenneth Bird. What's going on, man? We've got Johnny Sachs. What's going on, man?
Johnny
Appreciate it.
Sachs. What's up, brother?
Of course, we got our great friend
Quick
Quick
draw.
Draw McGraw.
Quick draw says that the aliens took out
Man, I gotta
satellite.
read this real quick. I heard it
I
was
read that
aliens
one.
in retaliation for Russia losing control of their satellite and crash. Oh, okay, we're crashing into the moon now.
Yeah,
Sure, why not?
yeah, for sure.
We've got Koba. Yeah, Koba. Yeah, we're going with that. And let's see. Did I miss anything? I think we are caught up. If you have not made a comment yet, please make a comment. We'll put you up on top. But there was one comment from Chase that I was trying to figure out. What were we? Where is it? What were we referencing? I said, quit saying that word. What word were we saying?
I don't know what word it was. I was wondering the same thing.
I was in the middle of the rant, so I
I was
didn't
wondering
really.
the same thing. China is spying on us with TikTok. Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many,
So
and I think
many of
even
them.
things like that. Again,
So many of
when
them.
you have things like your cell phone that the technology that you put in your pocket every single day. I mean, it can follow so much stuff, and know your phones know more about you than you know about you.
You know, that's so true. So I have to ask you this question because Christina says, "Don't be jealous." I'm extremely jealous at this moment, so much more than you know. She hasn't forgot about her Nerf war. What was it like meeting someone that's been in our chat for the past 2 years?
Um, I've done it a couple times. Definitely Christina. I think we've popped in, or she's done a few live streams that I know I've popped in once or twice. And then I know that I think when our birthday or something, me and Wayne did a little pre-recorded thing. So we've definitely done, but it's I've done a few times. I've met of course our good friend JB. I met another person that's been in our chat, OTT with G, and then Christina. Chase and I only live 3 hours away. We've never actually met in person, but no, it's definitely a different experience because again, I only do this because it's something I enjoy, especially the live streams. I do it just to hang out. To be honest with you, I just like to hang out. Um, I'd like to say it's the only time we talk, but we talk multiple times a week, so it's not any of that. But for me, it's cool to hang out. But meeting people in person, I'd like to say it still sometimes feels awkward, to be 1,000% honest. Even though we've had hundreds of conversations before through internet, through stuff like that. Sometimes meeting people up front is kind of awkward, especially when I don't have a ton of time, and that's a hard part with living out here. Chase, I know, can definitely vouch for this. It's hard living out in a place like Florida that's a destination area, because I don't know how many times I've had people coming in last minute, don't tell me things in advance. Now, Christina has been keeping up and telling me in advance, but this time of year just gets really busy for me. But it's hard to meet up sometimes. I mean, even when Andrew was out here, either early this year, last year, we could just couldn't make it work, and we couldn't meet up. So, it's hard sometimes because you still have your life to continue, to go through. I got my school, I got my work, I got my kids, I got family time, stuff like that. So it's definitely hard to work in that sometimes.
So yeah, no, I totally understand that. I've only met a few people like outside of here. One of them happens to be Fabian. I don't know if you remember Fabian. We don't
Hmm.
see Fabian that much anymore. That was a pretty awesome experience. So we got some stuff that we're going to go over today. Funko hasn't had a whole lot of news, as everybody knows. Funko kind of is like feast or famine all the time. Nothing, I guess, is ever going to change when it comes to that. They are in a different position than I think than they want to be at this moment. But we'll talk about that anyways. Um,
Wait,
have
hold on.
you
Before we go, did we ever find out what the hell this word was that we have to stop saying? Because he said it
Chase?
again. He says you can be flagged when you say it. I don't know what it is we're
I don't
saying,
know what it is. You're gonna have to
but
tell me what it is. So
let me
just
know
put
what
it
it
over there.
is,
I
and
don't care if it gets
I'll
flagged.
probably
Put
I'll
it over
probably
there.
repeat it 10 times.
Yeah, put it over there. I don't care if it gets flagged. Just throw it in the comments. Let me see what it is that I'm not supposed
We
to
ain't
be
never
saying.
been afraid of that.
Yeah, I don't throw it over there. I think I'm shadow banned anyways 99% of the time, so it's okay. Just throw it over there so we can look at it. There, have you ever looked up what the average age of anime like watchers are? Is anybody in the chat? Well, here before I give this one away, how about we like try over there in the chat? Because there's 12 of us here. I know there's at least 11 of us that are going to conversate. Um, what do you think the average age of someone that watches anime is? Do you think that and I just want the age group. Do you think it's like between 15 and 25? Do you think it's between 25 and 35, 35 and 45? Just give me like a 10-year like gap as to what you think. Like, what is the average age of the person that watches anime?
Oh, I think that's changed through the years. To be honest with you, to be 1,000% honest. And first of all, quick draw. I appreciate
Yeah,
you.
appreciate you.
Definitely watching
Appreciate you.
that.
Johnny, appreciate
Um,
you, brother.
I think earlier, like in our younger years, I would say that it was mainly like a teenage type thing. I don't know of any older period parents or anybody that would have watched that. Maybe in Japan or something, but that's different. Um,
Japan's different. Yeah,
yeah.
100% Japan's different.
But out here, yeah, I mean, to me, it's always been a younger person, and then it kind of always followed our generation all the way through. I know a lot of people that are still my age that still are big anime people that still love it, but I do feel that they are the same people that are now teaching their children to appreciate anime, and things like that. Now, again, I maybe watched a little bit of anime in my teens, not a whole lot, and again, I think we've said it 1,000 times on the show. I overly appreciate the artwork that comes with anime.
It's beautiful. A lot of it's beautiful.
It's fantastic to
Just
me.
mind blowing.
A lot of U.S. cartoons cannot reach the creativity that they do come up with, especially being able to show actions in a cartoon form. I mean, it's absolutely
Emotions.
fantastic. Yeah, emotions,
Yep.
everything about it. It's
Yep.
really, really good. So I think there's starting to become, from the older crowds to the younger crowds, are becoming a lot more appreciation.
So
Now,
come on,
being
Chase.
that
Quick draw.
said,
Give me the age.
being that said, there's that new live action One Piece that I'm actually interested in checking out. Don't know what it's from, but I would probably say the most is our generation. I would say the 45 to 35 year olds.
35 to 45, is that what you went with? 35 to
35 to
45.
45 is
Come
what
on,
I'm.
Chase. Give me your guess in there, Chase. Come on, quick draw. Give me your Chase. Christine, if you're still in here, give me your guess. What is the average age of anime? Now, the reason that I went and checked this out, right, is because I was thinking about all of the anime pops that Funko has been releasing, right? And Funko, like, every year, like, really, like, doubles down on the amount of anime stuff that they put out there, right? I mean, I think that we can all agree that Funko doubles down, like, severely every year on the amount of anime stuff that they put out there. So when I seen that they're coming out with all of these new One Piece, all of these new Airbenders, and they're in a strange place, right? They're in a strange place where Funko's not doing that great. Their structure's kind of messed up at this moment. Their funding is a little low, and it made me really think hard about, like, the amount of anime that they're releasing and what is the target age group of anime. So I had to Google it today, and there's a few different answers when it comes to this, and I see everybody has, like, great, like, picks in there. So I think the 30 is Koba put in there. Johnny says 17 to 25. Koba said 30 to 40. Zach says 18 to 25. Christina goes 15 to 30. That's a little bit of a big gap. Chase goes 13 to 50. I mean, he went all
Yeah.
in. Quick Draw said 12 to 65 is the average age. So Quick Draw would be correct if you were in, like, Japan. Japan has a much older audience than we do in the United States. And there's a lot of people that are correct here. So the average age is 16 to 21 when it comes to people that watch anime. Johnny Knight has been a member for 10 months now. Thank you, Johnny Knight, man. We truly appreciate you, brother. Truly. Oh, it's showing up here now. I've got it up on my phone. It's showing up there now. We truly appreciate you, Johnny. Let me hit this real quick. We don't get to hit this very often, but let me.
Damn!
Truly appreciate you, brother. Truly appreciate you so much more than you know. So 16 to 21 is the average age in the United States of people that consistently watch anime. And it makes me question, like, and look, some of these animes are really hot. One Piece is really hot. I think The Last Airbender is kind of played out. I think Pokemon right now is maybe in a desperate place. But with the new Disney game that come out, you know that the new Disney game that came out is really hot at this moment.
I still can't find any.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really hot at this moment. I'm gonna have to pull up another page. I guess I didn't realize what it was gonna do to me when I did that. So I'm gonna drop this one, but don't panic. I'm gonna pull it right back up just in a different window real fast.
Panic!
So then it made me wonder, like, what is Funko doing when they are making all of these anime pops? Because if the average age of the person that watches anime is 16 to 21, I think it would stand the reason that these people really can't afford these pops.
No.
Right? If from 16 to 21, you're just getting your first job, you're just starting to drive, you're maybe in college, or maybe just getting out of college. I think that it would be difficult to buy these. So I think that this has been a bad decision on Funko's part. I can't find it either. Hey, look, I see Johnny. Hey, look, you're preaching to the choir. Preaching to the choir. I can't find it to save my life.
I really don't think. I mean, maybe they are going for that. You go for the younger crowd, but
100%.
you got to think. I think the whole school movie Step Brothers said it the best when they're like, hey, I wish we had these when we were so and so. Even better, we have them when we're 40. I
Have them
mean,
when we're 40.
that's the greatest part right now is our generation. I think in every generation, in certain respect, still doesn't want to let go of certain things from their childhood. And I don't think you need to. If it's something you like and it's something that makes you happy, then do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Regardless if somebody else thinks it's silly or not. I don't care. If you've seen from some of my TikTok posts lately recently, I don't care.
Yeah, you've been getting a lot of hate lately, right? When
Yeah,
it comes
I've been
to
getting a good
your
amount.
I think that's kind of why we were talking about tinfoil hats in case nobody like caught. We were already in a conversation before we went live. So it doesn't say that you don't still love anime, Johnny. Don't take that out of it. It was just saying the average age in the United States of the person that are watching anime is between this age, but that doesn't even mean it's accurate. That just means that some college took a poll somewhere on a few people, and out of these few people, this was what they determined. So I never looked too far into those. It's just it was an interesting like thing to see that Funko is continuing to make so many like anime pops, but the target person that's watching the anime is not necessarily what I would consider as someone who could buy the pop.
Yeah.
So it was the kind of this my brain, I don't know if y'all do this, my brain asks a lot of questions and a lot of times, and I think that it's because I'm ADD.
Koba, please stand by. I'm pretty sure Wayne's probably got that on his list.
I got it up. I got it up for you, Koba. I pulled it up as soon as you said, could you get my opinion? 100% you can. 100% you can get our opinion on that. That's not a problem at all. I got that pulled up. But these new One Piece pops are pretty hot. I still haven't seen the movie. They're actually coming out with a show.
That show, that live action, I've seen some clips off of TikTok, and it's pretty.
It looks really
good.
It? I thought the same thing. I haven't watched it, but I've seen some clips, and I was like, man, this is this is. And even my daughter is like, oh yeah, this is really hot right now, and she's a Harry Potter like person, so that doesn't like add up to me at all. Chase, man, look, I'm gonna get to hit this twice today. Twice today, we're gonna get to hit this.
Damn!
That 31 months, man. We truly appreciate y'all, guys. Don't forget, coming up here soon, I'm gonna do like a members only like video or a members only live just to kind of hang out with everybody. So kind of keep your ears out for that if you're a member of the channel. It'll be coming up soon at some point. I'll just do it to hang out with everybody. The new show. So Chase is actually watching the new show. That's really cool. So check this out. Let's pull up these Marvel pops and see what we think about these things. Let's see what we think about this.
I am thinking about checking out that show. I think it looks really good.
I think that I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check it out because my daughter's already watching it, and I tend to like watch the same thing she does. She's kind of like the person that brings them to me, and she's like, "Hey, Dad, don't know if you've seen this show yet, but you probably want to check it out."
About One Piece, mind you, so that's what I'm hoping to enjoy.
Yeah, she's like, you kind of want to check it out, and that's one of them that she's kind of been hitting on lately. You kind of want to check this one out, so. I'm kind of in a weird place when it comes to the sodas.
Yeah, me too.
I really like the sodas, Koba. I've always enjoyed the sodas. I have a whole Tupperware back behind me, one of those big Tupperware totes that is completely full since the original, like they started coming out with them. I just haven't displayed them in a really, really, really long time. I like these, and I like these because they're the 1990s, right? So this is going to be the 1990 characters. These are the characters that I grew up with. These are the characters that I loved. So as somebody that's like early 40s, this has my approval.
Who didn't watch the X-Men during Saturday morning cartoons? Everybody watched the X-Men.
Right. So these like 100% had my approval. Let me pick the chases apart though, because this is where
I was gonna say the same thing. Now again, for me, I don't really do sodas anymore. I don't buy them. I don't add them to my collection. I have a few that I like that I keep in my collection. If I'm looking at this purely as a Funko product, the commons, to me, if I were to collect them, I wouldn't want a single one of these chases.
Oh, I don't agree. I don't agree.
I would want just the commons, to be honest, because those are the classic costumes.
I don't agree.
I think these chases are.
All right, so let's start off with Storm. Storm is weak. I mean, that's a really, really, really lazy form of a chase, right? When you just you go from regular to a glow, or regular to a metallic, or a regular to something like that. Even the metallics don't even metallic that well. The glow, it never glows that well. So that's garbage, right? I think me and you both can agree on that one.
Yes.
The Wolverine, though, this is difficult for me because this gives me Logan in his costume, and it gives me Logan out of his costume, and I kind of want him out. I mean, I
want him in the costume because they did it right with having the sleeveless shirt on it. To me, that yellow and blue is classic.
I think so. Look, I love both of them, but I'm telling you that if I pulled that chase, I would not be upset. I mean, I would simply not be upset that I pulled that chase. Cyclops is a slightly different story though. So that's that glow again. So you
It's
kind of
got
just
more glow than the other ones, a little bit more
yeah.
respectable.
So we hope. I
I
mean,
mean, what are you going to really do with Cyclops? To be 1,000% honest, I mean that's his thing. He shoots beams from his eyes. Um, I, I'll give them that one. That really, they're not going to do anything more than that.
yeah, so but then let's go to Gambit. So
Gambit's
Gambit was
weak.
always kind of one of my favorite characters, right? I discovered, and I think you knew this a long time ago, and
Mhm.
I think that it probably took me longer to figure this out about myself than you. I'm an anti-hero person. I'm into Deadpool. I'm into Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. I'm into Gambit, right? I'm into the characters.
Wait, hold on. How can you be an anti-hero and not be a Punisher fan?
I've just never been a Punisher fan.
That's like the ultimate anti-Marvel hero of all time.
He just never did it for me. It just never did it for me. So when it comes to this Gambit, this is like the traditional, like I'm about to kick the shit out of you Gambit, right? I mean, this is he's got his cards out. I like this chase variant, but I'm not gonna say it's a strong chase variant,
Don't
right?
make it
I
a
won't
glow and just make his cards glow. I think that's weak as shit.
yeah, I won't go so far as to be like, "Oh, it's super strong," right? Because let's face it, it's not, right? So I won't go so far as to be like it's super strong, but it's cool, right? It's cool.
Jean Grey is bad.
Jean Grey is horrible. I don't even understand like they took the exact same pose, they just changed the hand so that the hand has something like beaming out of it. It appears that something's beaming out of the hand that's probably gonna break before you actually get it, no amount like however much they wrap it. That's kind of the problem when they start doing those little add-on things like
See,
that.
but yes and no. What they could have done, Jean Grey was a great one, and made the common Jean Grey, but make the chase the Dark Phoenix.
I for sure. I mean, there was lots of like there's lots of things they could have done there. When you get to Magneto, though,
Oh, this is Gandalf Magneto.
I I want both of them. I
Yeah.
just like the Logan or Wolverine. I want both of them. I want both of the Magnetos.
Magneto was only cool with his helmet on. I mean, he took his helmet off. He was just an old man.
Well, I mean, so was Professor whatever his name is,
Xavier.
Professor
He's a bald
Xavier.
dude that couldn't walk. Come on, man.
That read people's minds. I mean, great power he had. He'd know how people felt about him. I
Dude, he
mean,
could jump into your mind and be like, kind of screw you up there. That I think was a great power.
yeah, but is that a superpower or is that a crippling power? Because suddenly, like everywhere you go, you can hear what people have to say, think about you. I mean, you hear people be like, "Man, that dude's really rude up there in
But then
his
you can jump into their mind and change that.
Starbucks line. Look at the Brad getting his coffee." I mean, you could just, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know that I want to know what people think about me. I, I don't know.
I think Professor X had a great power, but
I
Jean Grey was kind of the same thing.
I don't know. So I don't know if that was a superpower. I like them for the most part. The commons I think are pretty cool. If you just got the commons of each one and you're into the X-Men like that, I mean then it's a score. There's so many here that they don't have that I need to go back and kind of study the 97 X-Men to see what's coming out because I'm a huge I can't even think of his name right now. Juggernaut. I'm a huge Juggernaut fan. Um, I don't know if there was a Juggernaut in the 97. I don't really
Yeah,
know.
there's Juggernaut in there.
Yeah, but I don't this is going from the anime or
This is
the
coming off, yeah. I mean, but I think Juggernaut was there, but the bigger thing was, if you're talking about a villain, to me was like, what the hell is his name? It was Wolverine's like arch nemesis, wasn't it? Sabretooth? What the hell was it? Why can't I remember it right now?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of that myself. Yeah. So you
I
had
know Quick
Nightcrawler.
Draw knows. I know he could put it on there.
Quick draw. Throw us a list up there real
I
quick
think
and
I
tell us
think it
all
was
of them
like
that they're missing.
Sabretooth, or what the hell was his name? I don't remember. Whatever.
Hey, so just like TikTok now, they have those little hearts that you can hit over there in the corner. How about y'all like make sure y'all hit some hearts over there to help us out with the algorithm? If you hadn't already hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up for us. So
Mystique was a good classic villain. I'll give you that.
I think that there's going to be some cool ones that come out of it. I just can't remember like which ones were there. I've been trying to remember, and every time I see this line, I'm like, I know there's more. I'm just simply missing them, and I don't know which ones I'm missing. Make sure y'all are like tapping that heart for me over there, though. Tap that heart for me. Juggernaut is one of them that I have to see. I have to see the Juggernaut. I'm hoping that that one is coming up here soon. Hoping that we see that one coming up here soon. Let me pull this down real quick, and then I'm going to pull up another one real fast. There's really not a whole lot going on in Funko. I mean, there's some things that are going on, but there's really not a whole lot that is going on. And you could argue so many different ways as to what that is. Now, this is the new NFTs that are going to be coming out on I think it's the 19th of this month. They're going to be coming out with the Jurassic Park. This says that it's series 1, but I thought, didn't they already come out with a Jurassic Park NFT?
I don't know if I know. I stopped following that crap a long time ago.
Am I missing something? Because I thought that they already came out with the Jurassic Park NFT.
You're probably right. I mean,
Didn't they come out with the egg? He was, or was that?
no, that was it.
What am
That
I
was for a different
missing?
event. That was for a different one of those con event type things. Is what that one was from.
So this is going to be like series 1 of the Jurassic Park, and they're going to have the redeemables that come out with it. I'm going to pull this up real quick though on their actual digital site and see what they have on there, because sometimes it's just fun to see what Funko's got going on their Funko Digital. I don't necessarily like hate the NFTs. I just can't get behind the lottery system behind them. So there's that. All right, here we go. Yeah, they got it up. Sometimes they don't have them up and they won't let you see it, but they got them up. So I'll get that pulled up real quick.
That's not actually a bad idea. Quick draw with those X-Men. Funko should have done 2 of the coolers, one with blue team, one with the gold team. Actually, I don't disagree with that. That would have been a cool idea.
I don't understand.
You basically just have 2 different sets. I mean, the set you put out is probably the most classic of X-Men characters. But kind of splitting or almost doing like a villain side and doing a hero side type thing.
So they do have it up right now, and you can see the price of the lottery system that's going to be going on. It's basically $10 for one scratch off, and then $30 for 3 scratch offs, or however you want to look at it. I know there's a lot of people that are upset that I call it a lottery system, but at the end of the day, that's what this is. I mean, it's a lottery system to see who's going to get the pops, who's then going to sell them, because most people don't actually keep these in their collection. They're then going to sell them for whatever they can get out of them, or maybe the NFTs will be given to them and they'll pretend like they opened them and they bought them, and then they'll sell the redeemables to make money that way. However it is that you do it, I'm not mad at you. Some of the NFTs look really cool. I think this one looks really cool. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that's coming from the original one when the banner gets torn off at the end, stuff like that. I mean that's probably a better classic one. The mosquito and amber, that's kind of cool. Other than that, mosquito just looks horrible. But the premise of it's kind of cool.
So the mosquito and amber, what is that supposed to be?
That was in the very beginning of the movie. You had it where they were mining and they brought out the amber, and basically, it's one of the early fossilizations of animals. Basically, mosquitoes would get trapped into sap essentially, and the sap basically encases them for millions and millions of years. And then that's when they drilled into it, because a mosquito would bite a dinosaur and then keep the blood in it and then get encased in the amber, is where they actually pulled the dino DNA from.
Oh, I get it. I get the the idea there. That's a good one. So that's
And
pretty
then
cool.
in the very first one, the old guy, I can't remember his name right now, that put the park together had an amber mosquito in his cane.
So there's 999 of these available. I think that they really meant like 666, but they were afraid to make 666, so they did like 999. The odds of pulling this guy though, the odds of pulling the is 0.22%. I mean, wrap your brain around that for like 2 seconds. 0.22%, not 22%, but 0.22% of a 1% is your odds of pulling that one. That is just absolutely horrible. Horrible odds.
Like I said, I like the premise of the mosquito better than I like the actual look of the mosquito.
So
Alan Grant, this is a people pop.
so this one's going to be a 1900 piece run. It has a 1.69% chance of pulling. Also, once again, absolutely horrible odds. They might as well like slap you in the face. Dr. Ian with
Ian Malcolm.
Ian, gonna be a 1900 piece run, another 1.69. That was, I think that's their magic number, to be completely honest with you, is like the 1.69% chance. Then we have oh man, there's just people pops. There's just people pops. Let's see what the Freddy
Now
looks
the
like.
Malcolm, if you're going to talk a people pop, it's just like that. I would say the Malcolm one would stand out because that was such kind of an iconic outfit that he wore that over the years that people have noted, and especially also because of slightly an image like this when he was injured and he was kind of laying down and stuff like that. So I think Malcolm's probably the only cool person out of that one. But this is basically like a Malcolm Funko with the head replaced.
We have a sexy pose Deadpool. It's a sexy pose Freddy Funko. Deadpool did this same pose, right? They got the sexy pose Deadpool. Except this one is a Freddy. So now what I think I should do is I should get a Freddy's head and put it on the sexy pose Deadpool. That would be hysterical. And then the T-Rex that's pulling the banner. That's pretty cool.
I would have been cooler if they did the T-Rex eating the goat.
Eating the goat. What do you mean? Oh, when they were feeding them the goats.
Did you see part of the leg coming down as they eating? Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been pretty cool, but you know they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. All right. I'm way off subject at this point. Way off subject at this point. Let me get this guy down. So, regardless if you're into the NFTs or not, come the 19th of this month, you will be able to participate in the NFT lottery system that they have. Just remember that it's gambling at the end of the day. You're gambling to see what you get your hands on, so don't like over gamble. Don't spend them more than you could afford. Pokemon has the trick or trade. Do you remember that series that I did with the whole
I
like
loved it.
trick
I
or
really
trade
enjoyed that
series?
one.
So Pokemon is coming out with a new trick or trade series for this Halloween. You know that these shorts are coming soon. I am actively going to be looking for these new trick or trade now. Now this one is supposed to be spotted at Costco. So if you know where a Costco is and you have a membership, here's your chance to go get them at Costco. They look like they're $40 for the bag. I think it says there's 120 packs in the bag. That'll be kind of crazy, to be completely honest, if that's the case, but who knows? It could be the case. It looks like a lot of fun regardless. You haven't never really gotten into any of these, have you?
Not really. Again, I
What?
think I'm more interested in the if I think basic because I haven't gotten into cards again. The last card game I got into was Magic the Gathering when I was a teenager, and I haven't gotten into it since. Now, not said I'm not impressed by the artwork for it, but I think I was so excited for Lorcana that I was like, you know what, if I'm going to get into something, go deep dive into something, it's going to be Lorcana, well over Pokemon. But I'm just waiting it out right now for some of the hype to die down because it will. Unfortunately, it may be by series 2, but some of the
I'm
hype
not
will die
seeing
down
them
and it'll be
anywhere.
easier to find them in the stores.
anywhere. So I've only found one display at a store, and it was completely empty. I have not found that game anywhere, and I have looked and looked and looked. My GameStops don't even, like, get it here. It wasn't in their area. Apparently, they only, like, sent them to certain GameStops. None of my GameStops got them. Quick Draw says this is gonna be the same cards as last year. Please say it ain't so. Please say that's not true. Why would they do that? Why would they make the just reprint the same cards?
Yeah, it's kind
That
of silly.
let's hope that that's not the case. But they honestly, I think that Pokemon is already feeling the sting from the Lucana. I mean, I hate to say that, but I think they are.
Well,
I
there's a lot more card shops because there's a bunch of comic book shops in this area that I go to. One of my favorite one up the road. He also has a whole back room where he basically just does like TCG tournaments and stuff like that. And they've been doing nothing but Lorcana tournaments, more Lorcana tournaments than they have Pokemon tournaments lately.
so Chase just said what I was going to bring up next is that remember when
Yeah,
Pokemons were selling they were selling out. It hasn't been that long ago that the Pokemons are selling out. They weren't running the runs that they're running right now. You if you didn't get them when they, like, hit the stores, at least that day or the next day, you missed that run. That's not the case anymore.
well,
They're not selling out because they made so many.
do I really think that Lorcana is going to overtake,
I don't
the
think it's gonna
top spot
overtake.
at Pokemon? It's not going to overtake. But I think right now the reason you have Lorcana is, again, we're only maybe 2 weeks out of them actually being released in big box stores. So there's a big hype. So what happens when there's a big hype to anything? I mean, we dealt with this in Funko for years. It creates a big hype, and guess who's out there that have
Well,
nothing better to do
the
but to go out
flippers are killing it.
going out during the weekday, because I know our Target told my wife that they get their new shipments on Tuesdays. Well, I got to work on Tuesdays. I'm not going out to the store, but guess who's sitting out of those stores? It's the flippers. That's all they're doing. They're out there buying the cars just to flip them out real quick and sell them that way. Unfortunately, don't buy them, and I think it will die down in time.
So
But
these boxes right now are currently selling for $300 a piece. Like, the whole box is selling for $300 a piece. The starter packs that I don't know how much they, like, originally sold for,
but
but I've seen them at $120
which is
right now.
absolutely ridiculous.
You look, this is
The,
this
the,
is
the, the starter packs retail for $16.99. People, those boxes sell for $124.99. You should not be paying any more than that.
so this is what I mean by, like, they're not gonna overthrow Pokemon. This is gonna be good for all of the card community, and
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be good because it's gonna force Pokemon to start making limited edition cards again. It's gonna force them to get better with their drops. It's in Disney's gonna keep on trying to take as much of the market share as they can with this game. So far, it's a success. So far, it's gotten all of the attention of all of the scalpers. We all knew that it would. I mean, I knew that it would. I'm sure that you did, and I'm sure that there's some people in this chat that knew that it would, but everybody didn't. So then today, it caused me to do something real simple. I just got on YouTube and searched the game, and there is this Pokemon channel after Pokemon channel after Pokemon channel after Pokemon channel that are opening these cards that all said that this card game wasn't going to go in, it wasn't going to live.
no.
Right? So I don't think that they will put Pokemon out of business, but I do think they'll make everybody else get very good at their
Yeah.
drops.
I think they'll overtake other TCGs like Yu-Gi-Oh, and I mean Magic's just kind of the grandfather, so that one's just kind of doing its own thing. But I think this is going to push Pokemon to be better.
For sure. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that Pokemon's going anywhere. They've been around for a really long time. Let's be honest. I mean, they've got a huge following that goes way back, but this is going to force them to get better. I mean, this is 1,000% going to force them to start tightening up in what they're doing at this moment. I don't know if y'all seen this, but in the new, like, Pop Yourself, Funko did something, and I don't know when they did it because I do all of my news today. Funko did something like just here the other day, and I got to throw this out there because it goes we kind of all did this together not too long ago. We did the whole like pop yourself. I know you remember this. We all kind of went through it together. They have check this out. I'm gonna walk us through this. They have the
No, please don't.
pop yourself babies. I can't even make this up.
No.
I can't even make this up.
Please don't go any further than this. This is just dumb.
What? I love it. I love it. I'm gonna pop myself, baby.
This is like a dumb, like last ditch, last main decision by Brian Mariotti. Let's put stupid babies into the pop yourself.
I like it. I like it. Look, Johnny, hold strong, brother. Hold strong. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna find them in the stores. I promise I'm finding them in the stores. They're just limited right now.
Yeah, don't buy on eBay. Don't feed into these scalpers. If we don't feed into them, they'll stop buying them early like they should.
So the only problem is I have to find like the right color, right? Because I'm not necessarily like this color, but I'm not necessarily this color. I'm a little redder in color, but I think that's the one that I'm gonna want to go with.
Yeah, I don't know that thing. That's the thing of nightmares right there.
What do you mean that's the thing of nightmares?
That's
What's
a
wrong
thing
with you?
of nightmares right there. I'm telling
Say
you.
what?
That's a completely thing of nightmares, and yeah, no.
What do you mean?
No.
So we got to go with the green.
I'm afraid of that thing.
What do you mean you're afraid of it?
I'm afraid of that thing.
I'm so down.
This is the dumbest possible idea anyone could have ever come up with.
This is a great idea. What are you talking about, Mr. Negative? What is wrong with you?
This is 1,000%.
You just hate fun is the problem at this moment. So tell me, what does a baby have in his hand? Does he need a bag?
Let's give him coffee. Why not?
Baby needs coffee.
Oh, give him an ice cream scoop and put his ass to work.
Maybe we'll just give him a big pumpkin. What do you? An ice cream scoop. Put him.
Give him an ice cream scoop. Send his ass to work.
There's all kinds of things though. Look,
let's give him a hammer. Let's do that.
There is a crazy amount of things here that you could like put in his hands. It looks like a hammer. Oh no. So you could put the hammer. This is good. So you put the hammer in his hand. It looks like you could put a golf club, some headphones. Let's see if the headphones actually go on him. No, they're in his hand. That's kind of garbage.
Let's make him lift weights. He's gonna be a steroid.
This is gonna
steroid
be a
driven baby.
This is gonna be a buff baby right here. There you go. So now he's got a weight in his hand. Lord. I like the idea of the hammer more though. I think the idea of the hammer was probably in a better place. So let's see. He's got the hammer in his hand. Let's move on from there. I can put two of them. What? Oh, it's one in each hand. What?
What double hammers.
We'll put double hammers in his hands. So we do double hammers or we do a weight? Do a weight in one. There we go. A weight in one and a hammer in the other one.
Oh, he needs to be tracked. He needs a cell phone.
Oh, does he needs to be tracked? Gotta put the tracking device on him. And then Chase says the demon baby. Christina says hammer time. Oh, all right. So I don't think a baby.
This is disturbing.
Oh no, we don't want to add that. What's disturbing, man? It's a baby with a hammer and a weight. What is disturbing about that? Do you think they had maybe a gun or something?
Yeah, give him a puppy so he can hit it with a hammer, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that's a great idea. You give him a puppy, that way he can hit it with a hammer.
We're so getting demonetized now.
You give the baby.
We're so getting demonetized now.
And then you can put your name. All right, so that's as far as I'm gonna go. Look, man, I wish that there was more options. Let me be honest.
I don't think it should be an option at all.
What do you mean?
No.
Why shouldn't it be an option?
This should just not be an option.
See, it does need to be blue. Christina, look, Christina's on it. That seriously needed to be a blue outfit. Oh, look, it's going to make me go all the way back from the beginning. That should have 100% been a blue outfit. I can't believe that they have like the babies as an option. It's kind of cool, to be honest. I'm just going to try and leave it with a white. No, it's not going to let me leave it with a white pacifier. So
I
then
was
let's
gonna say
go.
you're gonna put a wife beater on it. What?
No, then let's go back to the head. Let's go with the blue one. There we go. We got that guy there, blue outfit. Let's make sure we put a hammer in his hand because all babies need a hammer. I don't see anything else that would be in there that should be in there. Let's see. What? Maybe in a minute. I'll go back to that here in a second. And then let's go back to the weight, or we should put double hammers. I think you were on to something. It might have needed double hammers.
Well, you could put a hammer and a skull in the other hand.
Oh man, that might work too. Hold on. Come on, you know that's awesome. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all know that's awesome. Jake Christina says chainsaw.
Give him some face paint on there.
So anyways, if you haven't seen those, you can like do the pop baby now. I don't know why you would do a pop baby.
Don't know either.
Seems kind of wild to me that they have like pop babies. I really wish that there was more. There should have been scissors for sure. I wish that there was more. I wish that there was more options because I feel like where I'm at right now, it could be any baby. That doesn't necessarily have to be me as a baby. It could be any baby. It didn't let me choose the head size. It didn't let me choose. There's so many things it didn't let me choose. It only let me pick one color outfit. I'd have liked to have seen multiple color outfits. I'd have liked to see multiple different kinds of heads. It needs a few more color options as far as skin color because none of those are my skin color. I'm very Native American, so they don't match with my skin color at all. um there's so many things that I think Funko needs to work on when it comes to that, but I also firmly believe that they're in the right direction. That they are going in the right direction, and that's really cool. I mean, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Not quite. I'm in disagreement. I don't think this is the right direction at all.
What do you mean you don't think
This is
this is the right direction?
this is a desperate move.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah,
What's it a desperate move of?
stupidity.
You think that they just like had to sell a bunch of these, so they were like, let's just make them in a bunch of different colors? How much you think this thing costs? I bet it's all of $20. All of $20 to have the baby with the hammer and the weight. Why you would have options for a hammer and a weight and a baby, I will never know. But there was definitely options there. I really wish I see a lot of people have like some really cool ideas. Like Christina had a chainsaw, and then you had the blue lollipop. I guess that one's okay. The scissors would have been better. A beard. I mean, now you're starting to get like family services called to your house. Dirty diaper scent.
Like the hammer is not.
Gonna get you a dirty diaper scent going on. That one will be all right. That one would definitely be all right. So Funko's stock right now is kind of is doing a little better than what it was doing. So they were like down to the $6 range, I think, here not too long ago. I got to see if I can pull this up. I don't know that I saved it. I probably didn't save this spot, but I'm sure that you can go check it out at some point if you want to. But currently at this moment, there here I didn't save it, so I'm just gonna kind of tell you. I'm gonna give you the Wayne version of the article that I was reading. So the article that I was reading was kind of all news is good news. Does that make sense? Any news
Sure.
is good news,
Sure.
or all publicity is good publicity. Is that how that goes?
It's something like that.
Something like that. So Funko's stock right now is actually kind of went up a little, and that's because there's a lot of companies right now that are buying them, and I'm trying to think of how I say this because I got to be careful how I say this because everybody becomes a stock market analyst at some point. I'm not, by the way, so don't take any of my like stock advice and use your money to go buy stock.
Hey, Wayne told me to.
Yeah, it'd be a horrible decision. Horrible decision. Um, so Funko stock right now is actually on the climb, and there's a lot of people that are praising the fact that it's on a climb, but they kind of don't tell you that it's hedge funds that are buying these stock.
Oh,
And
that's all it is.
anytime hedge funds start like getting involved in companies and stock, it's not a good sign. It's not a it's not a
They're betting on
favorable.
it to die.
Yes,
If
they're
hedge funds are putting a lot of money into it, they're betting on it to die.
I'm glad you said that because if I said that, people would have taken that wrong. So anytime hedge funds start like buying your stock, this is what they did. They sold the stock at $7 a share because that's what it's selling for right now. They're going to drive the company down to where the stock is $3 or $4 a share. Then they're going to buy it and give the people the stock that they've already sold it to at $7 a share. Hedge funds are this crazy thing, and once you realize like how they work, it suddenly like changes how you think about them. So their goal is just what Chris said. Their goal is to bet on you failing, but not only will they bet on you failing, they will help you fail. They will purposely put things in your way to help you fail, and because they have the money to do it, that's what they do. They'll run smear campaigns, they'll squash you on social media, they'll silence you. They'll do all kinds of things to make the value of your company go down. And when the value of your company goes down, they pre-sold, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of stock at $7 a share. Well, now that it's pre-sold at this, they'll drive it down to $3 a share. Once it hits $3, they'll buy it and then they'll give it to the people that paid 7. And that's how hedge funds work. I mean,
And
in a nutshell.
that's why the whole GameStop thing a couple years ago was such a big deal because all these hedge funds are already put in millions of dollars
Yes.
to for GameStop to fail
And it was
and to
failing.
basically go on, and it was going in that direction, and you know by help of people being able to buy stocks so quickly and things like that.
Reddit caused that.
Yeah, basically Reddit, in the help of Reddit, the people decided to screw over all the hedge
The
funds.
hedge funds.
Now,
Yeah.
however which way you want to see of why Robinhood turned off the buy button, however which way you want to see that, whether it was a corporate thing, whether it was a hedge funds hitting these people hard, but the thing is, us, the people, I wasn't part of it, so I'm not going to say me, but the people put some hedge funds out of business. So I
I
think it was a
might have
great time.
partaked in
There's
that a
a
little.
movie coming out about it, but there's also a great documentary on Netflix about the entire, either Netflix or Max. I can't remember. I watched a 3-part Netflix on it. It was fantastic. I recommend it, and yeah, it was amazing how that whole thing happened. But yeah, I think there was a midnight phone call made, to be honest with you, to shut that buy button down.
I do too. I 100% believe that the hedge funds came in because it was putting them out of business is what was happening. Um, so what happened is some people on Reddit discovered that the hedge funds had bet against GameStop. And what happens when they start betting against, and you're seeing it right now with the Funko stock, you have an initial where it climbs, right? It starts to climb because the hedge funds are buying, right? So you have this initial like climb, and then it's going to fall out. And when it falls out, that's when they're going to invest
Yeah,
the majority of their money. But what happened was these guys on Reddit all came together and they had a big massive group and they all said, "Hey, let's not stop buying. We're going to keep buying it, and that's going to keep pushing the price up. And as it pushes the price up, now the hedge funds have to buy it from us at an inflated price because they've already sold it. Now they're going to have to buy it from us." And there's lots of people that made lots of money doing this because now what happens is, say Chris bought 40 shares from the hedge funds at $40 a piece. He wakes up tomorrow and they say that they're worth $400 a piece. Chris says, "Whoa, I have 40 shares. I'm selling my 40 while they're at 400." And the hedge fund says, "I don't have your 40 shares. I don't have them because that's not how we work." And it was that's when you say that there was a midnight phone call made, there was probably 1,000% a midnight phone call made that said, "Cut it off. Cut off the buying of the stock. Don't let anyone else buy it," because it was going to be largely detrimental to a lot of people. And look, that's kind of the game they play, and they played the game and they got caught in it. I think this is not that moment, or it would have already happened, but look for your stock to go down. If you own Funko shares, I own some Funko shares, look for them to go down in the future. I don't think that that means that you have to sell, because I think Funko's going to sell to another company coming up here soon. I
I
think here
wouldn't
in the
doubt that.
I think in the next 6 to 9 months, we'll discover that Mattel or one of those companies own Funko and all the Funko rights. So just sit back for a little while, but you're going to see a major decline. In their stocks coming up here in the near future, because that's what hedge funds do. I mean, that's just what these guys do. That's what they've always done. That's what they're always gonna do. Have you seen the new Aquaman that's coming out?
No.
You haven't seen the previews for the new Aquaman that's coming out? Are you serious?
Oh, first of all, it's DC, so I'm not jumping at the bit to go see it. Two, DC. I mean, the first one was decent. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was decent. And knowing DC's trend, this is the second iteration. It's gonna suck.
It is not gonna
So
suck. I reject your reality and substitute it for my own.
come on,
It's going to
The
have
Flash,
Jason.
from what I'm told, was absolutely horrible. It's on HBO Max. I still refuse to watch it.
What was absolutely horrible?
The Flash.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I wouldn't watch that. It was probably was trash, to be honest with you. Quick Draw says he's been doing it wrong. He's just been sticking his tip jar out there. You've definitely been doing it wrong, brother. You got to get into the hedge funds. You got to get into the hedge funds and let them start hedge funding it out a little bit. You gotta
No,
get like them.
I didn't even know. I heard rumors of them doing an Aquaman, but never really kind of knew about it or when it was coming out. So no real interest.
It looks like the trailer was kind of lackluster, to be honest with you. It has Jason Momoa in it. It really all they do is show you that it has Jason Momoa in it. They don't really give you anything else. I think they're kind of trying to
Oh,
ride.
it's the early teaser.
Yeah, but I think it felt a lot like they were trying to ride on his following, as to say, "Hey, look, Jason Momoa is still the Aquaman," even though they had a huge falling out. DC had a big falling out with a lot of people. Like the Superman's no longer doing Superman. Wonder Woman's no longer working for DC.
It's
There's
because James Gunn basically fired everybody.
huge falling out happened in DC. Well, a lot of us thought Jason Momoa was wrapped up in that fallout. So when you see this Aquaman, it really look, because it's so small and they don't give you anything. They don't give you any like real action. They kind of just give you two scenes that show Jason Momoa. Like, hey, look, here's Jason Momoa. He's still with us. He didn't go anywhere. He's still Aquaman. Look, which is fine because I like Jason Momoa as an actor. I think that he was really funny in the Johnny Depp trial. I think that he probably made some of that trial. I mean, he was that. I don't. Did you catch any of that? Jason
I didn't.
Momoa was
I think I've seen some of it. There's all kinds of
okay. So
TikTok
check
memes
this
and
out.
stuff about
When
it going.
this live is over, we're gonna be over in like 20 minutes. You have to go to YouTube and look up the Jason Momoa Johnny Depp trial. His little like 4 minutes or 3 minutes they had him on Zoom was hysterical. I look, he, it was it was it was hysterical. You couldn't even script it better than like he oh you
Isn't he
look
damn near stoned or something?
I don't know, but it was just really, really funny. It was really funny. This is kinda I wanted to pull this up to kinda show you what Funko has coming out right now. They've really, like, doubled down on these Bitty Pops. They must be doing pretty good. I like the Bitty
I'm cool with
Pops.
him.
I like the bitty pops. I know you've seen some shorts out there where I have these little bitty pops going. I'm a fan of them. I don't know if I'll ever like seriously collect them, but I mean, I'll have a little collection of them going here at some point. So I mean, they're not bad. I don't like them in this like 4-pack though because of that little mystery guy there. I don't want to have to deal with that mystery thing. Um, double, triple, quadruple down, just quadruple down. Amy Winehouse. I would have never thought that you would ever see this pop. Ever see this pop. I am amazed that they have this pop.
And her estate and selling off some licensing.
Must be because that's one of them that I would have never thought. And I kind of brought this up to I guess I want to have a conversation about how hot everyone thinks some of these things are. Because I went through here and I thought, well, no wonder Funko's in trouble because I couldn't see anything on Entertainment Earth's first page of Funko that I would buy. I didn't see a singular thing that said I have to get you. I have to pre-order you. I have to get this in my cart. Nothing. Nothing said, "Oh, this might sell out." Nothing said
Yeah.
this might go up in value. I mean, nothing to me said any of these, and I was just kind of shocked that I was in that spot. So we have the Formula One guys. Have you seen these?
I haven't seen him, but I don't know any. I don't know whether this guy's good or not.
I don't
I've
either.
never watched Formula One.
I didn't think Formula One was really an American thing. I thought that was
It's
more of
more of
like
a
a
European
European,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Now they
But I
still, of course, they do the Indy 500 out here still and everything like that. But yeah, I think that's much more. It's turned much more into a European and Asian sport.
and one of them was $34. One of them was $29. So this one's $34.99, right?
Let's
And then
see
I
the
think
first one.
I think that last one that I clicked on was 29. There's no like exclusive stickers that tell me one was somewhere else, and so so one of them's 29, one of them's 34, one of
Yes,
them's back to
it's a car
20
with a head.
29. Very disappointing. Now, the 300 is probably the only one that I've seen like here lately that I would want with the Chase variant. I kind of like this Chase variant with the whole like battle wounded thing going on, but even I don't think this is a pop that's going to go way up in price. I don't see it going way up in price. I see it just kind of
Wait,
sitting in the middle of the field.
why? Well, hold on. Why is there a translucent Moana?
I don't know.
There's nothing about that in the movie. She doesn't become a spirit or anything like that in the movie. So that whole
I don't know.
her grandmother becomes a spirit, becomes a stingray, but that whole premise seems stupid.
BD the BTS. Yeah, no. Thumbs up,
Oh,
thumbs
I'm
down.
total BTS
Anybody? Say what?
all day, every day.
I noticed that our chat got quiet. Chat can't get quiet, guys. Y'all gotta give me your opinion because I like to hear your opinion as much as everybody
I'm pretty
else's
sure
opinion.
Chase is a BTS fan. He's got a
I
tattoo of him.
Chase probably is a BTS fan, to be honest with you. I see it. I see it coming from Chase. I see Chase being the BTS guy. I know that. Look, I could even see him dressing like him. To be honest with you, I could see him like this one right here. Let me pull him up. I could see him dressing like this one right here.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, with the dark hair, earrings on both sides, like he's got to get like I'm gonna send them to him. He's got to get like the pearl earrings in each side
Oh,
with the
is that the next Florida Man song?
that
BTS?
probably is the next one. This is Chase though. I mean, 1,000% this is a Chase pop. We should all send Chase this BTS pops for Christmas.
Get in the whole collection.
Yeah, Chase, throw your address over there in the chat real quick for us so that we can get you hooked up for the collection for this Christmas because we're all gonna have to spread it out because there's so many of them and we know that you're such a huge fan of the BTS stuff. The Schoolhouse Rock, I don't really understand what that's about. I mean, the 300 stuff is okay, but I feel like there's not that big of a following for the 300 stuff. Friends Ross with his
Iron
pants.
Man one's pretty cool. That's first appearance of Iron Man.
What's he got his pants down for though? What's
I
he like?
didn't watch enough of
Is this like pedo Ross?
Friends to know what the hell is going
What
on.
is going on here? I mean, head's half white. He's got white stuff on him, pants down. What did he just like? Stay Puft, but I just raped him or something. I mean, what happened? He just get like raped by Stay Puft? What happened here? Oh
No
my
idea.
god.
No idea.
I have no clue.
Oh wait, hold on. No, I think I did. I do know what this. This is him having. He wore leather pants to a date or something, and his he got some major ball sweat going.
What?
Oh yeah,
Is that what that's
something
about?
like that. I don't know. I've seen some friends, but
You're
and I
pulling my
think I
leg.
know what's going. No,
That's not what's going on.
he had straight up like leather pants, so he was his boys were suffocating.
So he had to pull his what's up with all the
So he
white
pulled
stuff
his
all over?
pants down.
So what's the white stuff for?
I think he was on a date at like one of those teach you how to cook things. I think it's something like that. I don't know exactly 100%, but I remember. Yeah, I remember that part in there.
What's all the white stuff for?
I think it's flour.
But his pants are down because his balls are hot.
Yes, because he took a girl out on a date and wore leather pants,
So what's the white stuff for?
and he wasn't chafing. I don't know.
Anyways, I'm gonna get off of this one.
Now the Iron Man one's kind of cool because that's the first appearance of Iron Man and the Tales of Suspense. So that one's kind of cool.
This is look, the OG Iron Man like is always a favorite when it comes to me. I really like the OG Iron Man where he's like the OG like bucket suit where he's like made it so he can escape whatever like torture device room he's in. I like this one. Or what did they call this one? This is
This, what do you mean?
what did they call this Iron Man?
I don't remember. Like I said, this is the very first time you've ever seen Iron Man in comics. So this is his very first appearance, and I think there's so many Iron Man comics covers out there that I think that choosing this very first appearance was finally something they did right. And this is definitely a good looking Iron Man with comic. If I saw this in the store, I'd probably pick it up.
I think I'm gonna have to 3D print his helmet.
You could.
Gonna have to 3D print that helmet. I can't. Is it MK1? I can't remember which one it is. It's MK1, right?
You need to print a
MK1?
Mandalorian helmet.
I'm gonna buy a Mandalorian helmet. I can buy one cooler than I can make, but you can't buy that helmet. So I'm gonna have to make that helmet. Then
They used to have it at Disney, and I should have bought it.
I'm gonna have to buy me one here at some point. Mandalorian. I need all of the Star Wars helmets, though, to be honest with you, every one of them. So we go from that, and then we start getting like into everything anime again. Look. I feel like they have forgot about some of us collectors when I'm scrolling through this, and I was gonna kind of talk about this earlier, right? I feel like a lot of us collectors have just been forgotten about. I There's Chase. Brother, how did they get you on here? We found the Chase Pop.
Wow.
We found the Chase Pop. We found
it. I swear this is not pick on Chase night, but
yes, it is. It's pick on Chase
that
night.
is
For sure it is. Chase, I found your pop, brother.
that's a pop yourself gone wrong.
I found the pop yourself Chase.
That's pop yourself gone wrong right there.
This is 100% pick on Chase night. So I was looking at this earlier. This isn't the first time that I like browsed through this list. And I seriously listen to me. I seriously like believe that Funko has forgot about some of us collectors. There's nothing on the new release Entertainment Earth page that's up for pre-orders at this moment that I would pre-order. Not a singular thing is on here that I'd be like, I have to get this pre-ordered. And this one must be like Ross's date. Was this Ross's date?
No, Phoebe's
Are you sure?
Phoebe's his friend.
This is his date. This is his date from that night. It had to be.
Uh-oh.
I mean, we see what's going. Look, now we know what happened. It's now become clear. What happened? his leather pants got hot, and she ended up with white shit on her face.
He had hard boiled huevos.
He had something. Now we know what was going on. This was Ross's date. We got it figured out now. Got it figured out. We found the Chase's Pops. This one, Ross's date, is finally coming up.
He hit the wrong button again. He does that every single week. And it was later in the week, later in the night this time, but hits a damn wrong button every single week.
I had to back out. It was what I needed to do. I needed to back out real quick. But look, there's just nothing up right now. And sadly enough, I went through it and I just haven't been able to find anything from anywhere that I thought that I just had to have. There's nothing on the Funko site that says I have to have it. They are releasing a bunch of the older stuff, which I think is garbage, but I'm going to be making a video about that Friday, about the older stuff that's being released right now. And there's just really nothing out there. I feel like Funko forgot about the collector. I really do.
Shouldn't they be getting ready for New York Con?
New
Isn't
York
that coming
Con
up next
is
month?
coming up next month. Yeah, New York Con's coming up next month. If we go by
And
what
how
they
we had no hype about that yet.
if we go by what we seen in San Diego, they're gonna wait till like 2 weeks before, and they're gonna be like, "Hey guys, I got these pops that are gonna be in the New York
We
Con."
should be
And
promoting that thing right now.
I'm with you, and I think historically they did. I think historically we already knew 10 months ago what was coming out, or they were leaking what was coming out. Maybe they should go back to leaking stuff again. Maybe that should become a thing again.
Well, I
Maybe
do know, was it here? I knew our good friend JKL. I don't know where he gets these lists from, but he does get these lists, and he had sent me some. I think it was the other day. Yes. This is back on. No, this is a much older one. Sorry. I could have sworn he sent us all something not that long ago.
Chase, what do you mean I just had an anniversary? What's Chase talking about? I think Chase talking about my wedding anniversary. That's what I think he's talking about. Are you talking about my wedding anniversary? I'm surprised I saw it survived.
Oh, here we go. This was on August 30th. Let me see if I can get.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
If I can get this up here real quick.
I did though. Just recently have a anniversary. For our anniversary, we didn't do as much as we normally do. So this anniversary was a little bit different. We kind of like we did a little different than what we normally did. So we, instead of like running off to some vacation, we did this kind of stay at home thing. My wife took me to make pottery. I am a failure at making pottery, by the way. It is, I don't know what it is with my hands and the pottery just don't. It was definitely not a ghost. I'm sure she wanted like the ghost moment, you know, where your hands are, it wasn't happening. My hands weren't making pottery. So, but she was really good at it, but I wasn't so good at it. But then she went to a zip line, like tree obstacle course, which was a lot of fun. For me, maybe not so much fun for her because she's not into zip lines or obstacle courses or anything that's over 3 foot in the air. So that was a lot of fun. Look, man, I have a great wife and a lot of you guys in the community. I have great friends in the community, man. I appreciate and love all of you guys. Appreciate and love all of you guys. What do you got?
I do have this. This is JKS, and this is possible. And YCC Fall Convention exclusives up here. I mean, there's really only one that I really see that I got kind of have to have, which is the Darkwing Duck. But I don't know. Some of these leaks, you never really know.
You don't know. These leaks have been so like. These leaks lately have been so not real, like made up in some fairy tale fiction, that I can't even like kind of believe them. I see that he sends these every once in a while. I vaguely look over them and then I keep going. So like the McDonald's nugget, they've already come out with a lot of the nugget, the Halloween pal. I think that one's already come out. Let's see, the rat with the pizza. That was a pretty easy call.
Toxic Avenger. I have heard a lot of things about the Toxic Avenger coming out.
I don't know. So I'm looking at these and I don't really see anything that I think is I don't even see anything that I think is super spectacular
Yeah.
in this list. I mean, so we have a new Pokemon coming, always do. Um Run DMC, we've had Run DMC come already. Doctor Who 14 14 Doctor Who 14th Doctor. I don't
14th Doctor. Yeah. 14th
um
Doctor. I've never seen Doctor, so I don't know.
I don't know how accurate this list is. I think that we're going to see some more Fairly Odd Parents. I think we're going to see some more Dexter. I think we're going to see some more Powerpuff Girls. I think we're going to see some of the stuff that sold at the San Diego Con really hard that I said was going to sell that nobody else got behind
Yeah.
until it was selling, and then suddenly everybody predicted it. I always think it's funny how that works too. Like everybody's like, "Oh, that's gonna be trash," and then after it drops, they're like, "I told you, I told
Yeah.
you." It's like, no, no, you didn't. Just stand true to your convictions.
I mean, I don't disagree with that.
Just stand true to your convictions. If you missed it, you missed it. It's okay.
You will live.
That's right. I think that we're going to see those again. We're definitely going to see some Pokemon. We're definitely going to see some more New York like mascot type things with the pigeon and the rat. We're definitely going to see something DC. We're definitely going to see something Marvel. We're definitely going to see something something Harry Potter that's always seems like a theme, something Simpson, somebody that's going to be iconic to New York again, whether it's going to be a Beatles or one of those movies that is iconic to New York. Like what's the Christmas movie you like so much that I say is not a Christmas movie and you say it is a Christmas
Oh,
movie? Die Hard.
I heard.
Yeah, something
Yeah, but
probably
they've
Die
done that
Hard.
once already because I've got a John McClane.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Funko right now. I think we're seeing a lot of repeat things that they know work. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna like make this guy again because he sold out great. We're gonna make him again because he sold out great. We're just gonna like change the color of him because I think that it's out of a desperate move that we're seeing some of this, and it's
Yeah.
almost why it's predictable because we're just out of desperation, trying to move out of desperation at this moment. How do we get it instead of like catering to us all year long like they should be? They try and cater to us now like just in the big events,
Yeah.
which doesn't really work for you inevitably as a company. I mean, if you're a lot smaller, it'll work. I mean, if they go back to the mom and pops, they fire all their workforce, go back to Washington State, just work out of that warehouse, continue to do it like they used to do it. Maybe it'll work for them, but it will not work for them at this moment. At this moment, they have put themselves in a corner and they're going to have to come out of it.
I agree.
I think Mattel's going to come out of it. What do you got going on next week?
I don't know. I did actually finally put out a long form video yesterday.
Uh-oh. I
Some
think I've
people
seen
have
it.
seen it. Some people haven't. I do have a smaller video
Is that
coming out.
Mickey's Chef?
Chef Mickey's.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah. I've got a smaller video coming out of the Journey of Water by Moana. We did go to that last Sunday. Kids had a lot of fun. It's not a ride; it's a walkthrough. I did find it I found it incredibly creative in the ways they were able to use technology with water. So I definitely thought it was cool, more for families type stuff, but. And then one thing we did try. I didn't film this. I mean, we just wandering around as a family, and it started spring a little bit, so we tried to get out of the rain. We stopped by the Odyssey, and they had. I did try it. I loved it. Nobody else wanted to try it with me, and that's fine. That just means more for me. But they had peanut butter and jelly sticky wings.
Peanut butter and jelly sticky. How did those taste?
Dude, it was actually really, really good. If you like the taste of peanut butter, the jelly was more like at the bottom, but it was basically like a peanut butter chicken wing. It was actually really, really good. I actually really liked it.
I can get behind that. I could see how that would be good.
I thought it was incredibly good, and it kind of weirds people out. But sometimes I like going for those weird items that people don't think about putting combinations to. So
I can get behind that. I could get behind that. I could see how that'd be good, though.
Oh yeah, it was surprisingly really good. But other than that, I don't know. Just again, I got a lot of schoolwork, so that's still a main focus. But we're getting there.
I got you. I got you. Well, hey guys, we're gonna get out of here today. We appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us. Come check me out Friday. I'll have some kind of a video going. I don't know what it is just yet. I think it's gonna have something to do with the regurgitation of pop. So if you're into that kind of stuff, come check me out. Don't forget to like share our videos. When you're watching our videos and you're no matter like whose channel you're on, if you're on mine or Chris's and you're watching our video and you like the video, don't just thumbs up it. How about share it on your Facebook? Share it on whatever your Twitter, whatever social media that you can share it on. How about share that video and help us get a little further out there, guys? We truly appreciate y'all, and
And
we're gonna see you next week over on Chris's channel.
definitely don't forget to check out some of our friends. Chase's Kingdom on Saturday, Andrew from the Luau on Sundays.
Have a good one, guys.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. TechBot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. You know, we've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.